Personally, for me, unity.
Yes.
Unity, a world in which we're not all fighting and we can just get along.
Right. It seems so basic, doesn't it? Isn't it
I know,
crazy that we have to like
it's
strive for that? Like it should just automatically be, but that's a good answer.
Yeah.
No, it's just I'm tired of all the fighting and all the
Same.
the bickering back and forth. And why can't we just love each other?
Yes, we love each other.
More cannabis in the world. We can all love each other.
People are mad when they're smoking.
Right. People are all mad
Right.
when they're smoking.
Great answer. Hey there, beautiful souls. It's your girl, Allie, and we are back at it again for another episode of Living Life Consciously. I have two very special guests lined up for you today, and I cannot wait to start this conversation. So without further ado, Justin, say hey.
Hey there, Cosmic Thrill Seekers. I'm Justin. This is Living Life Consciously, where we explore the extraordinary, ride the waves of inspiration, and embark on an adventure of limitless curiosity together. And Jen and Selena, would you like to say a quick hello?
Hi guys, I'm Jen.
I'm Selena. We're the owners and founders of GreenHouse Girls.
Very, very cool. Thank you girls so much
us.
for being here today. And for our audience, join us as we dive into the inspiring journey of Jen and Selena, founders of GreenHouse Girls, a community blossoming from a small seed of passion into a thriving hub of empowerment and well-being. Starting from humble beginnings at the Oldsmar Flea Market, GreenHouse Girls has grown into a multi-location venture, now with a brand new store in Palm Harbor. Discover what sets GreenHouse Girls apart: premium cannabis products, personalized shopping experiences, and a commitment to continuous education. Whether you're curious about cannabis or seeking to deepen your knowledge, this episode will take you behind the scenes of a company dedicated to redefining the cannabis experience. But what makes GreenHouse Girls stand up above the rest, you might ask? It's their unwavering commitment to quality and education. Whether you're exploring their curated section of premium cannabis products or attending one of their insightful workshops, you're stepping into a space where knowledge is power. Their mission is to redefine the cannabis experience, empowering you with the tools, information, and support needed to make informed choices that enhance your well-being. GreenHouse Girls, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. So we met you guys at the Tampa Mind Body Expo. I forgot exactly what the heck it was called at this point, but yeah, so I feel like that was a really cool place to meet you guys. How often do you do like expos and stuff like that?
All the time.
Yeah, we at least do like 3 or 4 a month.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we try to get out into the community as much as we can.
Excellent.
Awesome. So do you do expos just local to Florida, or do you go to other states?
At the moment, yes, locally to Florida. We have done
we did CannaCon in Detroit, but that was just like us stepping our toe into the industry, just like starting to look at things, and it was really cool.
It was fun. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Was it a learning experience?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, this whole journey has been a learning experience.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah?
It's the beginning.
Tell us. Take us on the journey with you.
Yeah.
So we actually started as a smoke shop, and we were selling like so many of our products. It was to the point where we were able to quit our 9-to-5 jobs, which was crazy in itself. But after we quit our jobs, our store was booming. We were just at the flea market, so it's 2 days a week. And it was just, oh, wow.
Yeah, it was honestly amazing. What really got us into the industry was not really knowing what we were giving people. So we started diving into the different things, into the world of cannabinoids, if you will, and honestly started to really gain a better and bigger understanding of cannabis as a whole.
Okay.
And that's thus created GreenHouse Girls.
Love that. May I ask, how did you come to choose that name, GreenHouse Girls? What's the significance behind it? And I love how Selena's hair matches the It's really cute.
Yeah.
It's one of our colors.
Honestly, it was something that we just put together as a team.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything that we like
It just
thought
kinda, like,
about.
came
It
to
was
us.
just something that just came as time went, as we
Gotcha.
kept evolving through
Everything.
the evolution of this.
Nice. So from smoke shop to owners of Greenhouse Girls, that's a very cool transition. Congratulations on the glow up.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So you guys place a very strong emphasis on cannabis education. And as an educator, I'm all about that. So can you tell us more about the workshops and the events that you guys host? And what are some of the most popular topics that people like to participate in?
Honestly, one of the biggest topics, one of the biggest questions that we get so frequently is, what is the difference?
Okay.
And in reality, there really is none.
Well, to Uncle Sam, there's a
Right.
huge difference.
Right.
To everybody who knows what cannabis is, there isn't a difference. We're selling the same exact cannabinoid, so it's going to be in flower form, your THCA, or in a disposable, or in a gummy Delta 9, which is going to be your full spectrum THC. Ours is just going to be derived from hemp, meaning that it's going to be under a 0.3% Delta 9 level. But that's going to be the only difference. We're selling the same cannabinoid, so.
So we basically,
Okay.
how I basically tell or explain it to people is by telling them that the medicinal dispensaries get to sell them water. I have to sell it to them as H2O. We know the difference. We know
Oh.
it's the same thing, but there's a difference in name. To Uncle Sam, what the 2018 Farm Bill Act did was it just basically made cannabis and marijuana two separate entities by taxes.
Oh,
okay.
okay. All right.
Exactly. So technically, hemp, it is cannabis. Cannabis is basically just an umbrella term for the entire world of cannabis. Hemp, cannabis, D8, D9, all of those different things and all of those different cannabinoids that fall under that umbrella are all cannabis.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
that's like the loophole that you get to like operate in, right? Because when we met you at the expo, we were like, how are they able to do that? Because some people have to get a medical marijuana license and they have to go through the dispensaries and stuff like that. So I was like, how is like I wasn't throwing shade at all. If anything, I was in awe. I was like, how are they doing that? Like seriously, how?
Question all the time, honestly. And the reason we chose recreational dispensaries because technically we recreationally dispense cannabinoids. We just have to call them by their cannabinoid names.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Just not the same thing everyone else knows them by.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense for sure.
Now I'm thinking about cannabis on like a biology level, right? Because some people are like, oh, people just smoke weed to get high, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but do you realize that your brain has cannabinoid receptors? Why do you think they're there? Like, let's be real. So can you speak on that and talk about how the body is like prepared to accept cannabis and what cannabis does in the body once introduced?
Absolutely. So technically, you already make cannabis yourself. You have an endocannabinoid system. You're already making cannabis. So when you're inhaling it, when you're eating it, you're just adding more to what you're already making. That's why some people get either higher or don't really get high because their THC levels can either be lower or higher than the other person.
Naturally speaking, right?
Exactly. Naturally speaking, because you already make it yourself.
Gotcha.
So that's really the difference between it. And like one of the biggest reasons why we use CBD as well is because it helps you with CBD is an anti-inflammatory, basically a natural anti-inflammatory. So we give that to a lot of the older patients and as well as the animals and stuff, because they also make THC on their own. So it's very intriguing when it comes to like the body and THC. Yes, it's a natural plant, but it's naturally in us as well.
Oh, thank you for schooling us on that. Yeah. And I thought of a story where there was this dog that had epilepsy, that had like a seizure disorder, and the owners were like distraught because everything they were trying was just not working. It wasn't helping this dog at all. And then they started him on a CBD treatment, and next thing you know, he just leveled out and they were just able to maintain him from there on it.
Seizures, the brain is expanding. So the CBD helps it so that it won't swell up. So that's why it helped as well as it did. And it's also natural, which is the biggest things we love about the plant. It's that it's a natural plant and we try to keep it that way.
Right.
Because it has beneficial properties.
Now, do you know anything about the history of hemp and marijuana and like how it first became illegal and like all the stuff that it's been through to get to today? Because like I know a little bit about it, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure if what I know is true. So like I'll just give you like my little synopsis of it. Basically, I was under the impression that marijuana was in direct competition with tobacco. And the guys that had the big tobacco farms had ins with the politicians and were like, yo, do me a solid and like get these guys out of here. So they basically passed laws to get marijuana to be illegal so that tobacco can thrive. Am I totally off, or is that any kind of accurate?
So that was part of it.
Okay.
That was a big part.
That was like
of it.
way back in the day.
Yeah, that was, it actually got criminalized back in the early 60s. Don't quote me on that.
It was like 18 something.
No, it was in the early 60s because it was basically taking away from Big Pharma and all of that.
There's a whole conspiracy with that, but go on. Okay.
It's a lot of different things as to why it was.
Race also played a role in that, but we'll table.
And there also was this huge.
Yeah.
There also was this huge anti-psychedelic push.
Oh yeah,
right,
movement,
going this movement, right, and you know a lot of people consider cannabis as a psychedelic. You know, or there's some psychoactive properties.
So from the history that I just recently read, it was something about it was used as more so a racial thing in order to try to make race a bigger issue.
You mean
than
the
what
term?
Yes.
So yeah, but it was also used basically in order to like for like the Filipinos and the Latinos and all of the different colored people for basically they would put that on them. And they've used marijuana in order for them to be able to like criminalize those people.
Yes, they took marijuana and made it seem like it was this big bad evil thing, and then they took the ethnic people that were using it and made it a big bad evil thing.
Going crazy by using it. That's why they were.
You just made me remember a specific phrase that was thrown out then.
Yeah, it's there, but it's not like all.
I won't say it, but yeah. It wasn't a compliment. We'll just leave it at that.
Absolutely.
So that was then, right? But like now here we are where you girls are able to do what you're doing. So I'm here for that transition. I'm glad we got to this point. Like yay for 2024.
We're fighting though. We're still fighting.
Tell us.
SB 1698 was actually just vetoed by Mr. DeSantis, thank God. That would have actually wiped out the entire hemp industry.
Oh, wow.
It's actually backed by, you guessed it, big marijuana in the state of Florida. So
essentially what they're trying to do here with the state of Florida is what happens in the state of Florida usually intentionally happens everywhere else in the United States. In Florida right now, it's one of the biggest cannabis markets in the world.
We're right behind California.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
So
okay.
If the big MMJs, which is the bigger medicinal marijuana companies, obtain Florida, which is only 5 companies, there's about 87% of
82% of the Florida medical market is owned by 5 companies.
Here in the state of Florida.
Oh, monopoly.
Absolutely. And if those 5 companies were to obtain Florida, wiping out the hemp industry, it'll essentially happen throughout the entire USA.
Oh, wow. But that got vetoed, you said.
That here in Florida, it got vetoed, but because it got vetoed here in Florida, they took it to the White House.
Well, it's also a state thing that's been happening. I think we just lost Mississippi, I want to say.
So they're slowly taking over smaller states to be able to do this all over the country and essentially wipe out smaller companies like us. And then so that they're able to sell the same thing we're selling you guys already, just with all of the herbicides and pesticides and all that nasty shit, but we're not talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you give our audience a brief rundown on the types of products that you carry?
Yeah, we have vapes, flowers, edibles. We mainly specialize in our edibles. We make them all from scratch, in-house.
Oh.
Vegan, organic, gluten-free, no preservatives. We really
no GMOs. No artificial colors, artificial flavors, none of that nasty stuff. We stay true to the plant in every way.
Love that.
Flower, We test for herbicides, pesticides, heavy metals, none of that stuff you're actually not supposed to be putting in your system.
Right.
So we buy from small organic family farms. We don't have a farm just yet, but from the flower that we do get, we do make our edibles and our topicals and all that good stuff that we usually put out and have here on hand.
We also try all of our products before we sell them. So if
best job ever.
And everything here is also tested as well professionally. We have a birth certificate for every single item that we have here in the shop.
A birth
so that
certificate.
way you know what you're putting in your body, just like we know what we're putting in ours.
Wow. So how many different farms do you typically work with?
Right now, there's probably
we have 4 farms that we work with right now.
Okay.
Give or take. I've lost farms because I've sent flour back to them and they get mad at me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, they usually come with paperwork already, but because we're very picky, we resend it out just to make sure it's up to our standards. And if it's not, we'll send it back.
Cool.
And we've made a couple people mad by doing that.
I mean, hey, if they're not giving you quality stuff, it's your right to not deal with it. And good for you for standing up for your product and your brand and your customers, especially.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys are the main reason why we're here.
Yeah.
So, hey, if I'm going to make sure it's good for me, I'm going to make sure it's good for you too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And are you guys striving to eventually have your own farm?
Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
That's the goal.
Okay, so tell us the plan. Tell us the plan. Speak it into manifestation. Come on.
Here we go. So right now we're working on making sure that our product line is A1, and then working ourselves into the events world of the everything, and then working ourselves into that farming and all that good stuff. It's an evolution and it's time.
Yeah, we're doing like Canna events now at this Palm Harbor location. So like that's really cool. Like hosting, we want to host like birthday parties and weddings and stuff like that.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I thought that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, that would be.
We already do the pop-ups, but we want to be able to get out even more into the community. Get me in your birthdays, get me in your weddings, all of that good stuff. I'll provide all the weed. You guys just come and have fun. You know?
That's awesome. So how did your vision for GreenHouse Girls evolve from like a single location to a multi-location venture? And what were the challenges and triumphs along the way?
Oh God.
Oh my God, we've had so many issues. Wow.
Yeah.
So starting with the smoke shop, it was our very first issue that we actually ran into was somebody called ATF on us saying that we were selling tobacco to underage children.
Oh,
we don't sell tobacco.
We don't even have a tobacco license.
Yeah.
Okay.
They walked in, they were like, give me the tobacco. And we're like, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? Like, what? And that was 2 weeks into opening our second location.
Wow.
Yeah. And then that was that. And then I want to say 2 weeks later, then we had another department. We honestly been just fighting a lot of different departments to make sure we keep our name and
I got a good one for you. The POS system going down.
Oh God, yeah.
We got canceled from our payment processor. Our payment processor, so like Square, basically.
Okay.
But we were trying to take process payments, and we had like putting the cards in, decline. We're like, what's going on? The whole thing just cut us off.
Because of what we sell, a lot of the banks don't like our product. So they won't work with companies like Square and stuff like that in order to sell ham. So we have to work with a special company in order not to get canceled by the banks so that we can process different things. So that was an entirely different world for us. Didn't know anything. So we opened our second location away from the market. We were processing on Square that entire time. Didn't think there was any issue. Went to open our second location, first 2 days. And then it was canceled.
Wow.
Had a whole store full of people wanting to check out, and we're like,
That is such awful timing.
literally.
Oh,
literally.
man.
That was that one. That was.
I think those were like our biggest negatives that we've like came through though. For like
other companies as well tried to like push us out of the way because they knew we were trying to come up. And because they were already established, they were trying to like
take our ideas.
Push us out of the way by trying different things and trying to take our customers and blatantly trying to take our customers. So it was, it was really rough, the beginning parts of it, but we fought through it. You know, we had thick skin and we got here and here we are.
So
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to ask you, what are some of the positives that you guys have experienced?
So the positives, opening up this location, that was like crazy. I don't think we ever even kind of like imagined being able to open up a brick and mortar store.
Oh, okay.
The flea market, I mean, it's a flea market. You make good money, it's weekend, like whatever.
Yeah.
That to turn into this, to then turn into whatever it's going to turn, like, I don't know. It's going to turn into something great, I can tell, but I just don't know what. But I don't know. And then what else? Good things. Just
customers, honestly. Oh, yeah, we have so many amazing customers.
Yeah.
People are insane. Like from the ideas that they bring us, from the comments that they bring us, because we always give out examples of the new things that we like trying to put out, and they bring all of the feedback. Our customers have honestly been one of the biggest and brightest parts of the entire journey, honestly.
Share your best review with us. Oh, I'm sorry.
One of the best reviews?
Yeah.
Oh my God. For me, it was Desiree.
Oh God,
we woke up one morning and she was like, I had the best sleep of my life. My arthritis pain went away. Thank you so much, girls. Like, and I don't know, just to wake up to that text message, knowing that that's actually like one of the products that we make. Like,
that was honestly the first customer to try my lotion. That was the first week that I actually put it out. And I honestly was very, very judgmental of myself when I made it.
Okay.
And I didn't think I did a great job, or I didn't think I did a good job at all. I thought I honestly whipped it a little too much. It wasn't lotion consistency. It was more something of a balm. So it wasn't what I wanted it to be. And to have that comment and that, review come in that way. And it was honestly really, really empowering and nice to make me feel good about myself and what I'm doing. Because honestly, the main reason of doing Greenhouse Girls was to be able to help the community. And those lotions, honestly, I created them in order to help my grandma that has severe arthritis and 2 new hips, and she's always on the floor falling. She's very she's always on the ground. So it's like one of the main reasons I made those lotions was for her, and the fact that it actually helped someone else, it honestly just, I don't know, it made me feel good.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah. And I think that's really cool. This whole time I'm sitting here, I'm like, they must know somebody personally that they're like, that like provided that drive to want to do this to help other people also. So like, shout out to your granny.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. She tries literally almost everything. Sometimes she doesn't, but I don't blame her.
I haven't got her to try the flower yet.
No, she won't try the flower. She just won't.
Okay. So congratulations on the new location in Palm Harbor. What makes this store special, and what can customers look forward to when they come to visit you?
Honestly, it's very, very rare to come into one of these locations and see one of us or one of the owners here. And honestly, one of the biggest things that you see here is us always here. Like we're never not here, and we're always a part of the events as well.
Yeah.
Like we're always out here enjoying the people, enjoying the events, doing the crafts. Like we're always here, and you will always, always, always have cannabis knowledge when you walk into this place.
Awesome.
Always ask your questions. No question is a stupid question. We won't look at you crazy. We might laugh with you, but not at you.
Okay.
But yes, knowledge is key, and knowledge is power. When you walk into this location, you will always have that, and that's one of the things that I can promise you on. That's what you will have.
Love that. Great answer.
So the next question regards the future of cannabis. As the cannabis industry continues to evolve, where do you see Greenhouse Girls in the next 5 years? Any big dreams or goals on the horizon?
Honestly, I see a couple more locations and that grow house we were talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Couple more locations to grow house, and we honestly are looking to try to win this Best of the Bay in the next couple of weeks. We've been nominated for 5 different categories.
Oh, what is this? Best of the what? Say that again.
Best of the Bay.
What's that? Tell me.
So it's basically a creative loafing thing. It's like
basically
a popularity contest. Here in Tampa.
Okay. Okay.
There's literally everything on there, like best podcast, there's even best stripper on there.
Oh, wow.
It's honestly the craziest thing.
Well, what were you girls nominated for?
So we were nominated
for best dispensary, best CBD shop, best LGBTQ plus business, best smoke shop, and best vape shop.
Oh my God,
Wow.
that's so
Okay.
cool. I hope you win every single one of those awards. I hope you win every single one. You're gonna have to get a brand new shelf in that new location just to prop all your awards up on.
Yeah.
That's right.
Love that.
We should be in there for the best podcast.
Oh, yeah. I don't think anybody around here knows that, though.
Not yet. You never know.
Hey,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. You got to speak it into existence sometimes.
Absolutely.
Manifest that shit. Let's see. So here on this show, we love focusing on living life consciously. Like, to me, living life consciously means like just keeping things in your awareness, like zooming out and being like aware of like the big picture of things, right? So how do you see the role of cannabis in helping people to do that, to live more conscious lives and to live more mindfully?
Well, personally, we use cannabis to help us with our meditations, with our yoga, like working out and stuff like that, and be conscious about our bodies. That's how we use cannabis, and hopefully in the future for cannabis that can do a lot more for a lot more other people, which is why we're here to try to have and show that knowledge, share that knowledge with people that we can do and be conscious about ourselves while taking a natural plant.
Yeah. I mean, cannabis helps a lot of people in a lot of different ways. So it just kind of like depends on how that person needs help in their life. Or if it's not help, maybe you just need to forget about something for a little bit, or your knee pain, or it could just be not even like a psychoactive, just something like I need to stop eating more. So I want to switch to like a THCV gummy so I don't really get that psychoactive, but my stomach doesn't rumble 24/7. So there's a bunch of different ways that cannabis can help. And I think just kind of diving into those different ways is...
Honestly, and as long as we all get together, there's a lot of us. There's a good like 10,000 of us here in the state of Florida that are doing almost the same thing. And as long as we all keep spreading the knowledge of cannabis, hopefully in the next few years, cannabis will be everywhere for everyone, you know? Maybe not Walmart, but that's
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants Walmart weed, but...
Right, yeah. I've never even thought of that before, but yeah, that's cool.
I think it would be cool if you could find like a local yoga studio and do like a yoga infused kind of session, if you know what I'm saying. Like, that would be dope.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the works. Yeah, it's definitely in the works.
It is for real.
Yeah, it's definitely in the works. We have a couple of different things that we're working on for the near future that we're trying to bring into the event space of cannabis and merging
Awesome.
worlds of business.
Because, you know, they got like painting with a twist, right? So why not yoga with a spin?
We do that.
Yoga with a spin.
Yoga with a spin, you know?
We host those events. We do. We just
Canna
did
and Crafts.
Canna and Crafts. We're doing a bingo and buds. We're doing like a movie in buds, and once it gets colder because it's hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do all those types of events. If you go on our website, you go to the events tab, you'll be able to find it all there.
So while you mentioned it, do our audience a favor and drop that link. Tell them where they can find you.
Got you. I got you.
You can find us at greenhousegirlsthc.com, or you can find our events on Eventbrite. It's kind of up to you. Our social media is going to be the easiest to find. It's @ greenhousegirlsthc on TikTok and on Instagram.
Awesome. And I will have those links on the screen for display and also in the video description box below. So please make sure to check that out. Now, you mentioned meditation and yoga. Those two are my one of most favorite things that we have going on.
And I don't know if she'll admit this or not, but she's actually a yoga instructor. So.
Oh, I was afraid of what you were about to say. Okay. Yes, I am certified to teach yin yoga. I love yoga. It changed my life. When I found yoga, I was in a pretty dark place, mentally and physically. I was really bad in depression. I had a chronic pain issue that I was dealing with in the pharmaceutical route, but that was not, it didn't sit right with my soul to deal with it that way. So I'll just leave it at that. And yeah, yoga really helped me get into spirituality. From there, I found out about crystals, and I found out about it emphasized even more eating right. And then I got into aliens and stuff like that. So
it takes you down the rabbit hole of everything.
It totally did. Yeah. And we love aliens around here. So let's have an alien chat, shall we?
And as you can see, mushrooms and aliens.
I love it. I've been watching it this whole time.
We're huge advocates for plant medicine and for expanding your consciousness and your mind and the conversation, which is why we do chats like this. So let's have a quick little alien chat, shall we? Where do you girls fall on that spectrum of are we alone?
Oh, we're definitely not alone.
Not alone at all.
No. There's all different types of them if you want to really get into it.
Right?
Yeah, let's.
In my opinion, at least.
Are you personal experiencers, may I ask?
No.
Okay.
No.
We did live in Vegas for a little bit.
Yes.
And we did go out 51,
Yes.
which is really cool. It's kind of creepy because the little drones will just come up from the middle of nowhere and you're like, what?
Well, we did have an experience at Area 51.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
So you guys drove up to Rachel?
Sorry?
Did you guys drive up to Rachel, Nevada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where the
extraterrestrial highway or something like that.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the Little Alien is. The famous little
alien restaurant. Right?
Alien restaurant.
Yeah.
Bed and breakfast.
There.
And they actually have before I turned vegan, they actually had one of the best burgers that I've ever had in my entire life, and they call it the Alien Burger. And holy crap!
Did it taste like alien?
I guess. I mean, I don't know what alien tastes like, but it was good. It was really
that's
good.
actually a really interesting thing to talk about because what do aliens eat? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what else I really want to know? What do aliens listen to? What do you think alien music sounds like? I don't know. We don't. Obviously, there's no real answers to that. But I'm thinking techno, house, some kind of drum and bass, side trip remix. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's all a mixture of all of them. It's, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's something there. It has to have some type of rhythm,
Right. That'd be cool.
Wait, do they have rhythm? Would they have rhythm?
You know, one of the leading hypotheses is this extraterrestrial hypothesis, which basically says that they are future humans coming back in time, and they
shout out Michael Masters.
And it's been so long that they have actually evolved to look differently than humans currently do. Okay, so there's this extraterrestrial hypothesis, which basically says that they are us coming back from the future, and so, yeah, I think possibly they would probably have rhythm, they would probably have, all the same things that we might have in an advanced way,
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to think about, what future humans would be like, what would we be like 1,000 years in the future, 1,000,000 years in the future?
Very interesting.
That's a pretty good question.
Everything look like? What would evolution be like?
Right.
Well, so there's this paedomorphism that's happening, and basically that means that we are evolving to be more childlike. If you notice, our eyes are getting bigger, right, from how we were 100,000 years ago, 200,000 years ago. We're not growing as tall as we used to. basic.
I've never heard this before.
Oh, you got to listen to more Dr. Masters.
All right, keep going.
Anyway. Yeah, so that basically says that, we are evolving to be, a physical appearance more of like a child, more of like a gray extraterrestrial.
That's
or a gray alien. That's why that theory, this extraterrestrial theory, is such a good theory in my mind, is because, if you think about it, we are evolving to be in the future like what a gray alien would look like to us, what people describe as aliens.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Think about that.
No, I didn't either. I've never heard that one. It's interesting. That's a good one to think about.
Right?
Yeah.
What's got you guys so convinced that like we're not alone?
Honestly, just
A feeling.
yeah.
Okay.
Just no. And the different things that we've done and we've seen and talked about, and I don't know. We just know that there's a lot more to this world than we are being told that there is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think we all feel that. And I think that we can all sense the BS when people are like, oh no, it's just us. And we're like, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
Well, I mean, if you,
That was us. I did also read those documents that got released as well.
Okay, talk about it.
Was the
Which ones?
It was the CIA. It was some CIA documents that got released that I read. It was also talking about astral projecting and what we can physically do with our bodies. It's like, and all that stuff. It's talking about that, and then it was also talking about different aliens that they have had contact with, and they still have contact with in their bases. And it's girl, it's a lot. I'll show you later.
You should check out our new show
our
too.
new show. Yeah, because we talk about all those things. I mean, so if what is reality, right?
Yeah.
Where is consciousness fundamental? What is the nature of reality? What is consciousness? Is consciousness fundamental? And meaning, does our consciousness build the reality that we are literally seeing? And those are very interesting questions. I don't know that we actually know the answers to those questions yet, but it's awesome to think about,
Yeah, some people think we're living in a simulation, that this is just like a matrix, you know what I mean? Like that we're just like being projected into these.
And there's some scientific
and
evidence that supports that theory too.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool tangents.
It's like how we look at it. We look at it as a video game, and honestly, it's what it's been like.
Yeah. And I think that plant medicines like cannabis, like DMT, like ayahuasca,
Yep.
peyote, all those, psilocybin, I think they can expand people's horizons, to have a better awareness or understanding of the fundamental nature of reality.
I literally think that's why we're here. And I mean, like, if you think about plant medicine, like ayahuasca, for example, that takes two totally separate things. You need the leaf from this plant and the bark from this plant, right? But how did those people way back then know I need the leaf from this plant and I need the bark from this plant? And they say the star people told us. So like, who's the star people? It's the aliens, right? The aliens, right? So like the aliens taught these indigenous folks how to make this plant medicine so that the rest of us, anybody that they share those rituals or sessions with, can expand their consciousness to realize like what the real reality is. And I just think it's really cool that you mentioned earlier that our brains naturally produce cannabis and they have receptors for it. Same thing with DMT. Our brains produce it. They say it's most prevalent or in its highest concentration at life and at death. But some other circumstances like near-death experiences, for example, can bring that on. And then once your mind is expanded in that way, you can't shrink it back down. It's like once you have that type of plant medicine expansion, you can't go back to where you started. And that's a good thing, in my opinion.
And actually, it honestly leaves you into trying to find other ways in order to keep expanding your mind. It's like we personally microdose every day in order to help our brains keep going and build its own neural pathways.
Create those new neural pathways. Yes. Exactly. Awesome. Very, very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and so it was Donald Hoffman is the...
I was thinking Jacques Vallée, but I didn't want to throw you off.
No, so Dr. Hoffman is who I was trying to is who I was thinking of.
Okay.
His name came into my head as you guys were talking. So
Okay, they probably have no idea who that is, though. So that's okay.
yeah, but you should look into him. You really should. He has.
I've heard of him once or twice, but I
Okay.
never did the diving.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. These are, man, there's so many interesting topics, to dive down,
Yeah,
and
for
it's
sure.
not all conspiracy theory. This is legitimate science. This is legitimate theories that have scientific backing,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons that we do the show is to help expand people's awareness, but also give people a safe space to express their own experiences,
Mm-hmm.
and, so yeah. So anyway, that's
I
why we
love
do the
these
show, but-
mind expanding conversations. That's why we're here.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we're here. Ask them your famous question.
Oh, okay. All right. So I ask this of all of our guests normally. What is y'all's greatest hope for the future of humanity?
I know it's a big one. It's all right. Like
Honestly-
best case scenario, where
Personally, for me, unity.
yes,
Unity, a world in which we're not all fighting and we can just get along.
right. It seems so basic, doesn't it?
Yeah, I
Isn't it
know, it
crazy that
does,
we
but
have to
it's
like
just
strive for that? Like it should just automatically be. But that's a good answer.
Yeah.
You know, it's just I'm tired of all the fighting and all the
Same.
the bickering back and forth. And why can't we just love each other?
Yes, we
Why
love
we
each
need more
other.
cannabis in the world. We can all love each other.
People are mad when they're smoking.
Right. People are not mad
Right.
smoking.
Great answer. What about you, Selena?
World peace sounds like so basic too, but like it's literally what she said, just everybody being human.
Yeah,
Which sounds so weird, but it's like people aren't human anymore. They're just like,
grumpy grouchies, right?
yeah. I don't want to like word it wrong, but like
We're not themselves anymore. Like the internet has turned the world into such a artificial place that
Yeah.
it just no one feels free to be themselves. And in my opinion, I think a world that anyone is able to be themselves in every aspect of the way is a world that I want to be in.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. Love that.
Love that answer. Hey, I should have asked this earlier, but I forgot. If anybody in our audience wants to go onto your website and purchase products from you, do they need anything special? Can it be bought from out of state? Like, can
You guys
anybody
ship
just
stuff?
log on and get stuff from you?
We can ship anywhere all over the country.
Okay.
Anywhere all over the country as long as you're 21.
Okay.
Okay.
And that is it.
There you go, guys. Check it out. Go there, check out what they got, see what you need, and let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
Anything in the shop goes all over the country. Comes with your mail. USPS. Unless you pay extra.
Some people need that speed dial delivery. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, help me out sooner.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. I really appreciate you girls sharing your time with us today. This conversation has been a delight. My cheeks kind of hurt from cheesing, so thank you for that. Any last wishes or sentiments or things you would like to share with our audience before we sign off for today?
Thanks for listening. I mean, like, thanks for having us on, and like, thanks for like listening to everybody who's listening.
Yeah, and if there's any other questions later down the line that anyone may have, you can always contact us through the website.
Okay.
And or we can do another podcast. It's up to you guys.
All right.
Yeah,
Great.
sure.
That
Sure.
sounds
Maybe,
amazing.
maybe the next time we come talk to you, we'll have to drive down to your shop,
Yeah, by all means. By all means.
Oh yeah. We could do like an in-person. Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
I like that
that'd
You
idea.
guys can have a CBD gummy, no THC in it.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys so much for sharing all that love and knowledge and cannabis enjoyment with our audience. I really hope they eat it up or smoke it up, whichever you prefer. Yeah, while you're here, do us a favor and smash that like button. Click subscribe, ring our little notification bell, drop a lovely comment down below, and share this video with your family and friends to help us spread the good word. Much love,
Much love.
peace,
Peace.
and namaste.